Hey everyone, it's Sanni. I wanted to make a quick video about the kind of do's and don'ts of a pixie. What are the benefits? What are the potentially downsides? What to think about before you have it cut. So if you're thinking of going super short, it doesn't even need to be as short as mine. Mine is short. Yeah, I'm just gonna lay it out. I've got a little notebook here because I have been making notes in the past couple of days of what I think is like fabulous about having a pixie and what I think is sometimes a little bit of a downside. But before you cut it, so when you still have your hair on, I suggest doing two things that I was doing. Number one is look for an inspiration board on Pinterest, for example. I love Pinterest, so obviously my Pinterest address is here. So obviously look for inspiration shots on Pinterest. So decide what kind of a pixie you want to be. You know, do you need more length in the top? Do you need it shorter? See what kind of photos you're drawn to and pay close attention to the bone structure of the kind of like the pictures that you are pinning. Anybody can have short hair, but it does depend on your bone structure if you're going to need more volume kind of at the top, if you want to have a little bit more of some like bangs going, things like that. Now, I have had hair this short before, so I kind of knew I could go super short. This is really super short, but I still started the process again because it was several years ago that I had really short hair. So that is a really good point. Number two is I used kind of one of those online kind of, I don't know, engines or whatever. I used the one on InStyle magazine, like a makeover thing, to scan my photo in, pull all your hair back, scan your photo in, and see what you look like with different kinds of hairstyles. Now, most of them look crazy because obviously it's not your hair and it's weird lighting, but it does, again, give you an idea. I'll put a link below to the one I used. I'm not in any way affiliated with them, but those are things that I kind of thought about before I did. Now, let's go on to my little golden notebook. So I'm going to talk to you about pluses. The number one overriding by far plus is speed. The amount of time that I have cut down on blow drying, styling, washing, anything is insane. I don't dry my hair anymore. I don't need to. So I wash my hair, I dry it with a towel. I've got one of those fast drying microfiber towels, put some product in. I let it dry naturally after that, and then afterwards I might put some little bit more product in, but the product part literally takes like 30 seconds, not even. Sorry, I might edit that out. This of course depends on your hair type, whether your hair is coarse, fine, and the type of pixie you want to achieve, but speed is insane. Like, I'm always ready ahead of time now, which for me is weird. And that kind of a contributing factor to that is like, even though I had short hair before as well, I had really processed hair, really processed hair. So it still took a long time to style. Now my hair is totally virgin hair. I feel like I should find like these angels singing and stuff like this. And I love the feel of it. I didn't realize how much hair I actually had. When you cut it all off, you realize how much you have. And yeah, the speed is just such a massive plus. If you do things like, you know, if you do sports, if you do yoga, if you do stuff where you do get like dirty hair or sweaty hair, the fact that I can wash my hair and be done with it and not have to dry it, I can do that whenever I want to. So that is amazing. So yeah, the number two one is virgin hair for me, because I cut all of my really processed hair off. And even if you plan to keep dyeing your hair, because it's all kind of new hair, it's so short that this hair is like, even the tips are probably, I don't know, a couple of months old, 6 months old, less than. So even if you process it, your hair is never going to be as in a horrible condition as, like, you know, when you have highlights, or if you bleach your hair, or if you dye your hair, relax your hair, whatever. When it's down to here, the ends are several years old and they would have gone through several processes. So it's not going to be in great shape. There is just no way 100% to keep your hair in amazing shape if you keep processing it. Whereas if it's super short, like this short, if you do decide to process it, it's not the end of the world, because first of all, you're going to grow out the color in a second, like in a couple of months, and second, the hair is much stronger. The roots of your hair are much stronger than the kind of like very old ends. Back to my notebook. So I spend way less money on products. So I've got one shampoo, one conditioner. I don't have any need for like deep conditioning treatments. I do use coconut oil sometimes on my hair, but I really don't need to spend money on those. If you want to know what product I'm using right now, I'd be happy to make a video of it. And then I have a leave-in conditioner and a wax, and that's all I use. And the products that I do use, you know, because I don't have that much hair, I don't need that much product, so I envisage these lasting me a really, really long time. So using less product means using up less time, less money, just less clutter in my bathroom. It's much more clean, you know, streamlined, I guess. Then this is a weird one that I didn't know until I cut my hair this time, is earrings. Now today I'm wearing very small earrings. I wanted since we're talking about hair, I didn't want you to be looking at my earrings, but I have rediscovered earrings because previously, you know, whatever earrings I put on, if there was hair on top, yeah, you can see them, but it's not that big of a deal. Now when you put on earrings, it is a massive deal. Like, hoops are a completely different thing. I love hoops and short hair. I think it looks really sexy. I think it's lovely. I'm looking that way because that's where all of my earrings are. So I'm kind of like trying to remember all different kinds of earrings. And yeah, it brings a completely different meaning to all your earrings. So I'm discovering this earring wardrobe that I didn't know I had at all, because I would just like put on some earrings and it wasn't, you know, you see them, or yeah, it just looks really different, I guess. Now, this is a plus and a minus. I'm going to talk about the plus side of the next one as well. Wardrobe. My wardrobe looks different when I have short hair. Everything just looks really new, which is great. I'm having to buy less stuff because I don't know, I mean, obviously not jeans, they don't look new, but like anything on top looks really different when you have super short hair, which is a good thing and a bad thing. It's great, but some tops no longer work. Some tops, yeah, I've realized that some just kind of require a little bit of hair, or even if I, like, you know, used to pull my hair back with them, it's different. So it's a plus and a minus, and that brings me to the next point, which is if I don't wear makeup, I look like a boy, and that's that's how it is. I was walking to my optician the other day. This is not a boy, actually, this is a girl. And I was thinking, it's like, I remind myself of somebody. I don't know who I remind myself of. And I realized I remind myself of 11 from Stranger Things. I was not wearing makeup and I caught. So that is, yeah, that's actually not a boy. That is a small girl. But you do end up wearing makeup in order to feel feminine. And also I've noticed something is, if I want to feel feminine, I do end up wearing more makeup, more jewelry, and colors such as, I don't normally wear pink. I've started wearing pink. So in order to feel feminine, I am a little bit relying on kind of makeup, jewelry, clothes, because you can't rely on your hair anymore. And whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing is just something to think about, because you can look quite butch quite easily. Like, I love wearing plaid shirts. I love wearing denim shirts. My style is actually quite masculine, I guess. I'm not very frilly kind of girl, apart from if it's white cotton and summer. Then I love kind of frilly things. But yeah, I am really having to think about my clothes in a completely different way. Like, really completely different way. It's just something to be prepared for, I guess. And then this last one I knew, because I remember it from before, is yes, you do save time, but it is kind of the same old every day. So I can't play around with styles as much. So yeah, I can play around with earrings, makeup, clothes, but with my hair, I can only do a couple of different things. I can't do that many things. Once it grows longer, I can again do more things. But at pixie length, there isn't a ton of different things. And I know it's obvious, but it's something that I knew, but I didn't really think about. And you don't really think about until, you know, you do it. Now, do I advise anybody to do it? Yes, absolutely. I 100% think that short hair can suit most people, and also it's hair, it grows back. I don't know why people are so afraid of cutting their hair and so afraid of doing stuff, because it is hair. It's not, I'm not having a tattoo on my forehead or anything like that. It's hair, it will grow back. If I don't like this, in 6 months time it's going to be completely different. In 2 years time, my hair will be back down to my shoulders if I wanted to. So, or actually in 2 years time, my hair grows really fast. It'll be long in 2 years time. But it is, just try it. If it's something that you have thought about, try it. Really, it is hair. And I think it's time we stop being so precious and so yeah, my advice is go for it. Think about it, because it is a shock to the system. I've had my hair now for 2 weeks and it's still a shock to my system. So think about it carefully, but just do it. Just go for it. It is hair, it will grow back. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye.